Yay, we're live. We did it nice and easily. I got my tech team up, Luke, my husband, out of bed to make sure we did this correctly today. I am so happy and grateful to be here. It is a Monday morning here in New Zealand at 6:02 a.m. And today is the third, I'm just lighting some Paleo Santo. It is the third session teaching integration, all the things of mediumship magic. So if this is your first time joining, come on and say hello. Let me know. Don't worry, you're not behind. You can catch up in the guides with the other trainings. If you've been here every time, let me know. I'm just coming in to see the chat now. Good morning, Deanna. Good morning, Raywin. Got our New Zealanders here. We also have Jasmine, who's in Australia. What time is it over there, Jasmine? Oh my goodness. Hey, Cami. Nice to see you. Good morning, Emily, Louise. Good morning, Nick. So good to see you guys. So come on and say hello as you are joining. Today is going to be an interesting topic. It's something that I don't see people talking a lot about when it comes to mediumship. So if you have done the two previous trainings before this, the first one was about maybe 25-30 minutes. The second one was closer to an hour. I'm going to try to keep these short because I know that you have a life and you want to get results and transformation quickly. So I'm trying to add in transformation, integration, teaching, all these different things, a shift within our cellular dynamics within 30 minutes. So that's why we have 6 sessions. So I would love to know, how are you going? How have you been enjoying this experience? Many of my audience and many of my clients come to all my things because it's always got a different flavor. It's always got a different viewpoint. So same teachings, but I'm always presenting it differently. So our brains can literally receive the information differently. And this is why we can listen to the same thing over and over and over and over again. So let me know how you're going. I'm going to see, thank goodness I've got my camera up here as well, my phone up here as well. Hey, Jason. Hey Tanya, you're up early, 3:30 a.m. Oh my God, you're amazing. Hey Jillian, 7 p.m. Sunday night, perfect timing. Yes, hey Kat. So come on and say hello if you are joining. I'm just saying, thank goodness I've got my cell phone up as well because the comments aren't coming up here. Techie is not my genius. And I don't care because my genius is bringing mediumship and teachings to you. So I'm going to bring up my notes here. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Are you guys having, hey Nick, are you having a drink right now? I need to wake up. It was a big weekend with my kids. The weather was crazy. It was just like tropical freaking weather, I tell you. Tropical kind of, weather, like raining and sunny and rainbows. Okay, let me get comfortable. Good morning, Erin. How are you? Okay, so the first session, we were talking about dropping our barriers, coming to our heart, expanding. The second session was all about different entity types, fairies and angels, and there's a mozzie that could have been a fairy. A fairies, dragons, entities, spirit. We talked about how to access spirit, and we also did a practice which was really, really powerful with the golden door. So if you didn't check out the second session that we've done in mediumship magic, I highly recommend you go do it. It was pretty freaking cool. And today we're going to be talking about the spiritual blueprint. So there is a hack that I use. Okay, there is a hack that I use in Magnificent Mediumship, in my readings, in my coaching, something that I learned about 5 years ago, and something that I have been, I want to say, utilizing every single day for about 4 years. And this is called human design. And this is what makes Magnificent Mediumship so different, because I coach everyone that is in my containers to their very own blueprint. So today I want to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of you and your blueprint. Now, when I'm teaching, and when many people are teaching, they are teaching from their own lens their own blueprint, their own experiences, and their own dreams and desires. And now what I realize, because I'm a projector 3-5 splenic in human design, you don't need to know what that means. And if you do know what human design is, I want you to put your energy type in the chat box. I want you to let me know, how much do you know about human design? Have you had a reading from me? I know my students have. Who introduced you to it? Maybe I introduced you to it. I've introduced thousands of people to human design, whether they've worked in my paid containers or not. However, I realized very quickly, because I've always had a real innate insight in seeing people and seeing people's auras, and I can see gaps. I can pick up on things about people and see, like, literally auras and all sorts of things. And I was like, why can I do this and not everyone can do this? Why do I have specific gifts? Everyone's a medium, everyone is gifted, but how come I've got specific gifts that I notice that not a lot of other people have? I can pick up on things that just seem very wildly obvious to me that other people would just go shum straight past them. And I found this little thing called human design. It took me a while to get into it because it's I Ching, Kabbalah, the chakra system, astrology, and I'm like, oh dear God, all I know is I'm a Virgo, right? It's my birthday season now. How's this new black moon going for you, by the way? Oh my God. How's your dreams been going? Oh, let me take a breath. A sip of coffee. So I realized very quickly that I could take a client that would potentially take me a whole year to get to know them in 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. I could read that person faster than if it would take me the same amount of time than if I had been with them for a whole fucking year. How does that work? And I've tried this, I've tested this. Because when I look at somebody's human design with my very own gift, and you have your very own gift, this is what I help people do in MM, this is why I do HD readings for everyone. Personally, I do this. I can outsource it. I have outsourced it, but I personally like to do it because I get to know my people. I'm not about numbers. I'm about souls and who I'm working with. And I'm able to see where they have their gifts, where they have their conditioning. I'm going to share some hacks with you today about this human design. I studied it. I did a certification. I went hard into human design to understand, first of all, who the fuck am I? Second of all, who is this person I'm sleeping next to at night, my husband? Who are these little beings that I birthed? Oh my God. And how crazy different we are and where our similarities are. So I then took that into very, very quickly, pretty much straight away, into my coaching, into my mediumship, and realized the reason why this person is going, I don't know, is because they are an emotional, or the reason why this person needs a system and a process to go through, and they can't just go into any conversation like me into the freaking galactic and bounce here, there, and everywhere, is because they've got a defined head. And the reason why this person can feel a little bit lost in their own identity is because they're empathing on the world because they've got an open G center. The reason why this person feels precious because they've got an open head and an open root. And it just started layering all of these incredible parts of information just started clicking in my brain. The reason why this person here is so intense and this person here is so enveloping is because of their aura. The reason why I feel repelled by that person and just want to go be with that person is because of what they are emitting out. Okay? Human design is a system to get out of the system, and it transformed my life with specifically coaching. Well, my life, because my relationship with my husband, completely different. My children, wow, I understand them so deeply, and it has changed everything for them, because no longer do I go, come on, Adelie, make a decision. To my daughter, I'm like, you sleep on that and I'll come back to you. With my son, I'm like, come on, yes or no? Because we make decisions differently based on who we are as a blueprint. And in mediumship, when we understand that when we come together as blueprint, and blueprint comes together, you create another goddamn blueprint. Because wherever Kara's got an open head and I've got a defined head, this is hypothetical, then or wherever there is a gate and another gate, and we create a channel together, we're creating different blueprints. Now, you don't need to understand human design, and some of this might be going, what the fuck is she talking about? But what I'm trying to really impress here upon you is that there are these quantum leaping hacks. And when we understand that our very own spiritual blueprint has got shortcuts and loopholes, we can quantum leap. And this is ironically in Magnificent Mediumship today, because we're on round 14 at the moment, we're talking about quantum leaping. So this is so on par with what is happening in the world of myself and my students. But anyway, I'm going to take a breath for a second because there's so much I have to say about this. So I'd love to know where you are at. Okay, hey Kathy. Kathy is a 3-5 projector splenic as well, which is so insane. Okay, so yeah, dreams are out of control. So what do you know about human design? I'm just looking at the chat here. What do you know about human design? Okay, we've got a Manny Jen 5-1, Deanna. Yes, I love 5-1s. So in HD, and I'm not going to go into a big HD, whole training because we don't have the time. I want to talk about mediumship. But if you are interested, I have my membership, I have I've got all my different containers where I've got little mini videos on human design to explain it, including masterclasses and all that type of stuff. But we have definitely got hey Donna, how are you? We've got different personality profiles as well. So 5-1, 2-4, 5-2, 6-2, all these, we've got like 12 different personality profiles. Now, this is not like the DISC or personality like tests. That is variable depending on your fucking mood. This shit is astrology based, okay? So when we use these numbers in our blueprints, it's telling us a story about kind of personality traits that we have, conscious and unconscious, because you got to remember you are conscious and unconscious. You've got the subconscious. So when you're doing readings, my pupils are going to be experiencing this today. When you do readings, it's not just about the consciousness that's coming forward in your conscious mind that you have learnt, which has sometimes come from conditioning. That's why we have points of views. That's why we have opinions. It's coming from the unconscious, which is stuff that you already are, that you don't even perceive within yourself, but you innately are that. So we have conscious and unconscious, and this is a beautiful part of us. And this is why when we come together with other people, sometimes the conscious can become conscious because of the reactions that we have with them, the chemistry we have with those people. This is why we have like our soulmates, but this is why we also have the twin flames. Because when we come together, blueprint and blueprint, we're often literally filling in the gaps. It is the most unbelievable thing. Give me a 111 in the comments if this is making sense to you. If this isn't making sense to you, I highly recommend that you go look up your human design after this at some time, and you can come back to it. So the first reading I ever had was insane because I just went, you just talked gibberish to me. I have no idea what you said. And it took me probably listening to a human design reading 10 times. I had to get about 3 books, listen to podcasts, and have some one-to-one with a human design coach, plus do a course to start getting it. And then one day it just clicked and I was like, I have to bring this into my mediumship, because if I can show people who they are, because they need to see the conscious and the unconscious. The conscious part is, hey, look, Deanna, you're a 5-1, so I can guarantee you're like this and this and this and this. She's like, yes, yes, yes. Holy shit, that blew my mind. And then I'm like, did you know, here's some other things about you? Oh, I wasn't so aware of that. Yeah. So these are things about you that other people see that you don't even see. Isn't that a miracle? And why we bring this into mediumship is because in your chart, you have got open spaces. And these open spaces, these are called the chakras. We have got 9 chakras, and some of them are open and some of them are colored in. And when they are open, it means you receive information like a freaking sponge, and you grab things. It means you're open-minded if it's in your head. You've got these open spaces that you receive so much. And when we receive and we're in awareness, we receive the good and the bad, if you will, the higher expression and the lower expression. Are you an empath? Do you feel everything? You probably, I know every single one of you are an empath, but whereabouts are you an empath? Is it in the mind? Are you telepathic, always knowing what people are thinking? Is it within the emotions? Is it within the fear? Is it within the identity of the other person? You're an empath, you're psychic as fuck, but if you are not looking at your HD, you're not looking at your chakras and seeing what is defined, which is colored in or open, then you could be doing it faster. You could be doing it better. You could be quantum leaping to get where you want to get real quick and do readings way more efficiently because you understand you. So open, give me a 222 if you're tracking, okay? Give me a 222 if you're tracking, or if you're enjoying this, or both. I could talk about human design, literally. It takes years to study, and I could talk about it for hours and hours. If you've got open centers in human design, open chakras, so when you look at your chart, there is literally these shapes. They are your chakras. They are energy centers. If they are open, so they look white, it means you receive information from the world around you and the other person that you are communicating with. It's very important to realize that just because you receive everything doesn't mean you need to hold on to it. If you hold on to things and you make them true, you make them solid and dense, then this is what we can call conditioning. This is belief systems. This is all sorts of things that get locked in and creates density. So I always say, go squeeze out that, go breath work, right? Dancing it out. Who does this belong to? Return to source consciousness with love. So inviting the angels and the truest white light of the highest frequencies and vibrations to clear out any of the energy, any of the junk that does not belong to you. We get millions of ideas often. Some people don't, but some people get lots and lots and lots and lots of ideas and they go, oh my God, I got so many ideas, I don't know what to do. And then they don't do anything. Let go of 90% of them and just hold on to, go, oh, that one is a fuck yes. The other ones, let go. They go out to the universe and other people grab them. We're energetic beings. And in mediumship, we need to understand it's not human speaking to human from our conditioned minds. This is where most people go wrong. It's human and spirit talking to human and spirit and literally co-creating in the frequency from expansion. Okay, give me a 333 if that lands for you. Okay, let's anchor this in. Now, wherever you have got the colored in chakras, the defined chakras, this is your very own innate wisdom and knowledge. So I've got a defined G center. This is where there's the magnetic monopolars, my very own crystal. I call it my soul seat is in here. And mine is defined. So I can just channel through wisdom and knowledge, literally, like it's an identity center. I know who I am and I can just channel through it. And half the time, I don't know where the shit is coming from. Because it's coming from my innateness. It's coming from the stuff that is conscious and unconscious, that is from different time, space, and dimensions, from parallels. It's all coming through. But if I tried to micromanage it from my space of conditioning, I'd be very limited. Okay? So if you've got definition and colored in, and I'd love to know, what do you have that is defined? What do you have that's open? I've got a lot of open. And I do have a few defined, a defined G center. I've got a defined spleen, which makes me splenic. I've got a defined throat. So I'm very good at speaking about myself. That's how people learn. And everything else is pretty much wide open. So I'm constantly receiving from other people and going, what is relevant for me to hold on to? And then I let it go and it goes out to the universe so other people can grab it if they so choose to. So that is the energy centers. And I use that a lot in mediumship. So I can look at somebody's chart and go, right, this is what I'm going to be doing today in Magnificent Mediumship. Right. Okay, cool. Where are your open centers? That's where you are actually able to help other people. because you can receive information from that other person. You're reading their vibration and you can read the spirit around them. Okay, how's this feeling? I don't want to go too advanced into human design, so I'm keeping it simple. I'm just keeping on the time, so I'm just going to have a look right now. How is this feeling? Is this resonating with you? Let me know. So I would hate to kind of confuse you. However, I know this will land exactly how it's meant to land. When you look at your chart and you see open centers, defined centers, it's black and white in front of you pretty much, right? And there's also specific ways that you can manifest. Everyone manifests differently, but there's two ways that you can manifest that will quantum leap you. Isn't it interesting? We've gone into quantum leap from blueprint here. And one is having, oh, you can't see it right now, but I've got like my vision board. I've got the house that I want. I'm manifesting a house right now and it's all coming into fruition. It's like the craziest thing, but it comes to me when I visualize, but also when I write things down and when I have my vision board. And some people just don't manifest like that. So they're like, I don't even understand the fucking vision board thing. This doesn't work for me. Some of us are specific and some of us are non-specific when it comes to manifesting. Some of you thinking, like feeling it, feeling the abundance is enough. People like me, I've got to write it down. I always have a pen and paper, writing everything down. Another thing is some of you are not a hell motherfucking yes, right? Speaking about Deanna, if she's still here, hi Deanna, she is what we call a non-emotional. So if I'm doing coaching with Deanna, it's hard and fast. And also, and because she's a mani-gen, so there's 5 different auras, 5 different energy types, and we're all uniquely different. Those 5, there's only 5, but they're all uniquely different. I talk to everyone completely differently depending on their design. So right now, this is very much a manifest generator call because I'm like bounce, 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 bounce. But when I'm talking to, say, Deanna, my client, I'm just like, okay, so how yes? Okay, let's go. Where if I'm talking to someone else who is an emotional, I'm like, how does that feel for you? Do you want to sit on that with Deanna? I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel that great. Okay, if it's not a hell yes, let's just not do it. Okay, sweet as. So some of us are very, very quick with our decision making. Some of us need to sometimes sleep on it for like 3 fucking days. For me, if someone says sleep on it, I'm like, I don't need to sleep on it. Give me 5 minutes for my brain to catch up to the hell yes. Some people go, if it's not a hell yes, it has to be a hell no. That's bullshit. Some people say you have to do a vision board. That's bullshit. Some people say you have to see spirit with your eye. That's bullshit. Some people say you have to speak to be a healer and work things through. That's bullshit. There's so much bullshit out there and there's so much truth. The thing is, your spiritual blueprint is yours and yours alone. And once you understand how you work, everything changes. My husband is an emotional generator, completely different to me. And for 20 years, I was like, are we ever going to see eye to eye? Or like, why aren't you faster? Because I'm very quick at responding. I'm very quick at channeling. And he's contemplative. So is my daughter. They sit and they think for a moment. Think before you speak, right? I don't think before I speak. I just literally respond without even thinking, because we're all so different. Now I understand that my husband does waves. Now I understand that my husband is contemplative and doesn't like to hurry and likes to be mindful and is very compassionate. And I'm rip shit and bust. I'm fast and I am like, I am just no filter. I am very, very direct. And not everyone is like me. When we realize everyone is so different, we can meet people where they are at. But the coolest thing is when we meet them where they're at, we shift and change as well, because they are we're gifting to each other constantly. Okay, so this is why with mediumship it's so important, because when we're coming together in readings with our blueprints, we are co-creating this incredible relationship without even speaking. We've got all of these gates, right? And this is a part of the astrology. Wherever you were born at that time, whatever gate, wherever the planets were, you're going to have a number. So if you have one number that meets the other number, it creates a channel, which is a completely different personality. It's just like me and my husband and our relationship. We create our own entity. There's me as an entity, my husband as an entity, and then the channel, and that creates our own, literally, personality as a couple. It's our whole entity. We do this with our clients. So when I'm talking to Emily, her and I come together, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is our own blueprint. It's our relationship. Mediumship is relationships. Your spiritual blueprint, conscious and unconscious, coming together. We start becoming more conscious when we realize, when we're spending time with the correct people, that we are activating each other and becoming more aware of the unconscious as well. It is like so mind-blowing. Okay, so and Nicole's got like a ton of children. She's got like 7. Do you have 7 or 8 children? I think you may have 8 children. So the whole place, if you had a house full of people, the blueprints, the activating in there, it would just be unreal. Okay, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Okay, how do you find out what your opens are? So when you look at your human design chart, you can see if they're open, so it would be white space. If it's defined, it would be colored in, it would be darker. That's how you tell if it's open or defined. Sounds like you are just like me. Yes, we're very similar. And here's the thing as well, you can have twins, or for instance, Kathy and I, I'm a 3-5, so that's the personality profiles, conscious and unconscious. Splenic, so our spleen is defined, because there's also the way that you use intuition is in your chart as well. The way that you digest food and life is in your chart, and all these different things, but you can never have exactly the same blueprint. So if I looked at me and Kathy's chart, there's going to be differences in our charts. And even if we were twins, because I found the twin thing really interesting. I've got twins in our family, and you think they've got very similar charts, but here's the thing. So even if they are 10 minutes apart in birth, right, they're going to have a slightly different blueprint. There's going to be little shifts in their blueprint, in their HD chart, but also the conditioning and how they receive information through their brain and how they process that. So their conditioning is going to be different. And as a child, my sister and I, we had a whole lot of the same experiences because we're similar in age. However, our perception of those experiences are always different, because it's an experience. And that's why when someone's telling a story, you're like, it wasn't quite like that, it was like this. It's how we are taking it through our brain and perceiving it. So twins can be completely different, even though if they're identical, even if they were born at exactly the same time, their conditioning is going to be so different, and that's going to really shift who we are. So when we talk about deconditioning, I like to say more, let's relearn, because I don't want to take away all my conditioning because it's made me who I am. I just like to pick up on mistaken beliefs and transform them and go, what is my new belief? So in mediumship, to understand who you are, even just a couple of things about your blueprint. So I like to do basic readings, intuitive readings in Magnificent Mediumship. So I send everybody like a 20 to 30 minute reading specifically for them and go, these are the things about you I want you to know about you. Skipping the 7 years worth of learning it and just going, this open center, this arrow, this number, this aura, this is the way you use your intuition. Take this, and if you're listening to this and I've done an HD reading for you, go listen to it again. You need to, because it's a life-changing experience when you realize, like, I'm a projector. What does that mean? It means I wake up with 20% in the tank compared to a managing or a generator. So literally I've got 3 calls today, this being one of them. Then I've got then I've got a one-to-one call. That will be my entire capacity. My whole life will work around those. Where for a generator, which 70% of the world is made up of generators, you could literally put another 4 things in easily. Plus do the cooking, pick up the kids, drop them off, go to the extracurricular activities, cook dinner. For me, no. The 3 calls is the only capacity that I have, and everything else is in meditation, prayer, and being very, very calm in myself. We all work so differently. Okay, cool. So we've been here for half an hour, so I want us to integrate this in. So how are you feeling? Let's have a little look. Do you know if there's a way to find out what time you were born? Yeah, it's so unfortunate in New Zealand, Raywin, because like my birth certificate doesn't have my time on. So the only way to do this is you can go to an astrologer, like someone who specializes in this, or you can get a pendulum. I've just done mine through a pendulum. But what I found with human design when I'm doing people's charts that don't know their birth time is I'm like, do you know if it's morning? Do you know if it's afternoon? And usually we can get a gauge if it's morning or afternoon or evening. And then what I do is I will intuitively tune in, but I don't go into the nuances of human design, like all the gates and all the little tiny bits and pieces if you're 100% not sure on your birth time. But usually the energy type, so whatever your aura is, generator, projector, reflector, mini-gen, or manifester, that doesn't change. Usually the main big things don't change. It's just the little things that change. So I don't go into the little intricacies in human design unless people are having like 5 different readings with me, because I'm not here for that. I'm here for us to integrate ourselves as a whole. So I would just, yeah, excuse me, so much throat stuff going on today. So yeah, I would just, otherwise you can ring the hospital that you were born at as well. Okay. My coffee is cold. How does this even like go so fast? There's so much more I wanted to say here. All in all, you're an empath. Okay. If you're jumping on or you're on replay, please let me know. Come and say hello. Okay. You are an empath, but we're all different types of empaths. I'm an emotional empath, which means I can feel people's emotions and I'm like, and I think that they're my own. An empath is someone who takes on other people's emotions. But we empath, all of us, in each different ways, in many, many different ways. And we will figure that out through your open centers. That's where your gift is, because you can receive from the other so innately, very, very clearly. Your relationships are blueprint entities. So when you are in a group of people, your blueprint shifts and changes because of the information that's going backwards and forwards between you and the people. Okay, this is why for me, if I'm in a group of people, I can get very overwhelmed. Now I can do it online, but if you put me in a group of people, I've got probably an hour capacity before I start getting lost in all the information because I'm so open. It's like I've got antennas everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, where some people are like, oh, this is easy. We could stay here all night long. For me, I get chunked out and I excuse myself. I will go home from a dinner party at a friend's house earlier than my family because I will start going, whoa, I'm getting high. I'm getting lost in all of this energy. And it's nothing against anyone I'm with. It's just my antennas are so open that my filter can't keep up fast enough. So I have to excuse myself and I go lie down probably 3 or 4 times a day under a weighted blanket just to decompress my centers. So I share this with you because a lot of people think that we're broken, we get overwhelmed, we feel like all of these crazy things, when really, if we understand ourselves more, we can work with our very own blueprint and then we can understand others and their blueprint. So if you're a mum, I highly recommend you find this information out so you can help your children more. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, if you're a human being, this system is to get out of the system. It will change your life. And I don't believe in being indoctrinated into anything, but this is a hack. Your spiritual blueprint is a hack that can transform your life if you understand it. Even if you understand 3 things: the way your aura works, where your open centers are, and what we call your authority, which is how do you process. Now, I've got a friend and she's very defined. She's a generator. She's got energy for she's like an Energizer bunny. She's just got never ending energy, where I'm the opposite. And I can never say to her, is it a yes or a no? She said to me, everything is gray, always. Like nothing is yes, where I'm like a yes or a no. I'm a black and a white. I'm a very straight up. I know what I know and I know it now. Where she needs to contemplate and sit on it. And I'll think about it, where I'll think about it doesn't really make any sense to me. But I used to judge that because I used to think everyone should be like me and people weren't decisive. But now that I know about human design, I don't judge it. I go, okay, I'll give you some more space, right? To my family and whatnot. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Close your eyes down. And just notice what you can hear. I can hear the rain around me. I can feel my lips tingling because Spirit is here. And we're all together, co-creating and learning off one another energetically. Isn't that beautiful? Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and breathing out slowly out your mouth. And I'm going to invite us to drop our barriers and to expand, to connect in with our breath, and ask our higher self, ask the higher wisdom, the higher consciousness, show me myself and who I truly be. Show me myself and who I truly be. I just want you to acknowledge a moment, just for a moment. We are all greatly conditioned. And the more we fight against that and make ourselves wrong, the deeper we become in conditioning. This is why we don't want to get indoctrinated into anything. So unlearning to relearn, being open-minded, being the observer, being in the energy of stillness and presence, we start to realize that we really know nothing. And we also know everything. And when we go into comparing and judgment of ourselves, or think we are broken, or think that I'm not keeping up with the world, I'm so tired, we start getting sick, we start getting autoimmune diseases, we start beating ourselves up, thinking that we are dumb, or stupid, or not made out for this, or maybe we're so fast. Maybe you're so fast and the world is like, stop being so fickle, stop being so ADHD, calm down, or let's label you just to, give you a get out of jail card type of thing. What if you are faster? And I've realized that most of my dearest friends are manifest generators, and generators because they make up most of the world. And if I tried to keep up with them, I would die. I would burn out. I would blow up. I've done this many, 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 many times. But now I've attracted people that I encourage to be as fast as they choose to be, and attracted people that are nice and slow. And I invite people, the projectors, to be slower, and the mani-gens to speed up, and the generators to just find your joy, the manifestors to ebb and flow with your genius, and the reflectors just to dance and be. Anywhere you are right now, take a nice deep breath. Breathing out slowly out your mouth. Anywhere you be right now is perfect and divine. Your conditioning is beautiful. Your innate knowing and wisdom is beautiful. And the only thing you need to do is find those little seeds that are of consciousness that are showing you where to go next in your dreams and your visions, your desires. Follow that light. Follow your gift. Because shit is going to get real in the next few years. And if you are going to be too worried about fitting in, you may get lost in the noise. Follow the signal. Follow the light. Follow yourself. And know your uniqueness. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out your mouth slowly. I am perfect. I am divine. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And wherever you go, that is where you are. And you can't stay still because we're here to evolve and grow and move. Who will you be tomorrow? I don't know. Who will I be tomorrow? I don't know. And I'm excited because I'm different to who I was yesterday. It's scary to let go. But just tuning into this higher self, this higher consciousness, and knowing that you have got you. We have got ourselves and each other. Let go faster. Say yes faster. Say no faster. And trust your capacity by stretching it, but not breaking it. Because you are magical and your blueprint is so unique, so powerful, and so required. The parts that you see and the parts that you do not see. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out slowly. Connecting and knowing this huge, beautiful, yet tiny temple, your body, is here to serve you. Your source, light, your consciousness is what makes this body work and be and move. I just want you to acknowledge your body for a moment. I'm just like buzzing out that I have a body right now. And as a little girl, I used to think, this is crazy that I have a body. This is crazy that I'm in this life. This is crazy that I'm here, because I didn't have a sacral defined, so I was never experiencing myself. I was always experiencing myself through the others, watching other people play. When I couldn't play, I just watched them play. And I had to learn how to play because I've always been an observer. So I want you to notice this beautiful body and the experience you're having with him right now. And maybe put a smile on your face and see how that changes. I want you to change your mood as well. Turn it up or come into calmness. You get to actually shift the physicality, the emotions, the experience of vibration with thought. You get to do this in mediumship. You get to do this with your psychic abilities. And coming into your heart. And how do you choose to start your day or end your day or wherever you're at? How do you choose this week ahead and how you want to go about it? What's alive for you right now in your blueprint? What needs to go? I've been doing a lot of shadow work. A lot with this black and new moon. A lot of tears, a lot of weird stuff coming up from 1980, whatever. And I embrace it because I'm not broken. I'm enlightening myself. Okay, you can open your eyes if you haven't done so already. How are we feeling? How are you feeling? Yes, Kathy, it's in the Facebook page for MM. I will tag you in the Facebook community. Or you can email my team and they'll send it to you. Alrighty. Okay, so I want you to take a nice deep breath in. How are you feeling? Beautiful weed channel. Come in there. Our blueprint is within us and we're within our blueprint. How has this resonated with you today? It's a little bit different. And yes, we've gone double over time. I'm sorry about that. How are we feeling? Dreaming of all my insecurities. Yes, I was dreaming about all sorts of stuff last night. I woke up and I was like, thank God I'm in this life. My life is so good compared to some of these dreams that have been coming up. So I totally feel you, Erin. How are you all feeling? I'd love to know. And I feel very grounded. Yeah, me too. I feel very grounded. You know, my sun is coming up. It's so beautiful. All right, give me what are we up to? A 555. Give me a 555. Fives are great because they're all about change. They're all about power. They're all about, the threes are very much a change. The 5 is about the power. It's about the showing up. It's about Fives are very powerful. So I want you to put a 555 if this has resonated with you today. How, some of the things that I want to share with you is that this isn't just about the conscious, it's not about just about the teaching. It's actually about the integration, the soul shift, the key codes, the activating by showing up here, replay or on the live. Okay. And this is what I love so much about Magnificent Mediumship, my signature program, my certification, is that when we come together, 80% of the work is actually happening just by showing up. And I'm really excited because today we're doing readings and we are going into the blueprint, the quantum leaping. And I'm going to be doing some mediumship mentoring because I can see where people are doing unconscious stuff and see where their gifts are, where I can actually like push a button nearly and go, okay, you need to turn that bit on, let's go. And this is what's so much fun about bringing human design into mediumship. And I bring it together with using my very own mediumship skills and knowing what my students' HDs are, that I can coach them according to them, not me. I'm very passionate about this because the education system simply here in New Zealand didn't work for me. I was saying to a friend yesterday, I failed every single exam I ever did, including my driver's license, the written part of it. So I instantly, straight away, from about 6 years old, thought I was dumb. When I struggled to read, I doubted myself. The anxiety was real. I was told I wasn't a university kind of student, and I could feel the projections and the thoughts of other people. I could tell what teachers were going through at home because I could just feel into their auras. I was so compassionate about everyone at school, all the children. I really kind of, the ones that were struggling at home, I would take them under my wing and, people would tell me things. Kids would tell me things that they couldn't tell their parents. I would get them help because if they weren't safe or if they were feeling certain things. And I had all these gifts that I didn't acknowledge. I just thought I was dumb because I couldn't read or write properly, because I wasn't like the other kids. I didn't have an opportunity to do dancing or anything to build my confidence. I came from a big, beautiful family, so we had ourselves. But we want to change this around. I want to help empower anybody at any age to tune into their very own unique gifts. This is my mission, to reach 1 million people, to help them know that everyone has a gift, everyone is a medium, everyone is psychic, everyone has the ability to be abundant and successful, and whatever that means. Everyone can manifest the life of their dreams, the love of their dreams, their anything that is in resonance with you of what you want to create, you can create it. It's just finding those loopholes and those hacks. And I believe that human design can help you do that. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up because I've been here for so long. And if you've been here the whole time, thank you. You guys are so amazing. I really, was that Emma Poppins I just saw? Okay, beautiful. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, 555. Yes, 555 is a code today. It's a code. It's a code. Put a 55 in there if you want to receive all these codes. I'm high on life now. Thank you for being here. I am kind of obsessed with this work and coming together in lives, and that's why I'm doing this. But I have been creating some YouTube stuff behind the scenes. Another series is coming. Also, we've got Magnificent Mediumship coming up. So if this is something that you want to come into, then let me know. You do get an HD reading. You do get to come and be with me for 12 weeks to be with us, and the soul will always choose the community that they come into. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Also, we've got the membership, the spiritual membership, which is $22 a week, and there's an entire library full of tons of masterclasses, programs, the human design stuff, you name it, it is all there for you. But we're only 3 out of 6 calls in this series, in this free program. You still have time to invite your friends to the Awakened Community with Victoria Bond. We've got a guide section, so this free program is just going to be sitting there. You can come in and out whenever you want. You can listen to it as much as you want. This is free from my heart to your heart to give you an opportunity to wake up on a deeper level. So give me a 666 in the comments if you have enjoyed this. How is this all feeling and landing for you today? This is powerful work. I can feel it. I can feel we're doing clearing and transmuting and transforming and transcending right here together in this community, whether you're on the live or the replay. So give me a 666 if you have enjoyed this. And we're going to close this now because I need to go prepare for Magnificent Mediumship, which is the love of my life. And this here is just little tiny snippets of the energy that we be in MM. Okay, so thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I love you guys so much, whether you've come from my spiritual membership, whether you have come from MM, whether you've come from YouTube. I'd actually love to know where you've come from. Whether you have come from being my childhood friend. Every single one of you has a place here in my heart. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful to have the space to channel with you and for you. Okay, so bringing our hands into our heart, into our sternum, and gently bowing down to the teachers that came before us, including ourselves and our very own hearts. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys in a couple of days. Until then, namaste. Bye.